Hi, everybody. Dan Illman, Mike Beer, the DRF race of the day for Friday, January the 19th. Race number 9 at Gulfstream Park. 3-year-old filly maidens going 1 mile and a 16th on the Tapeta. Let's take a look at this field. The claiming tag is $25,000. 9 entered in the 9. Melody's Kiss is the 5-2 morning line favorite. A filly that already has 2 route races on the synthetic under her girth, both at Woodbine.
Yeah, and it's probably class relief too, Dan, shipping down here to run in this race. I mean, more than anything else, there's just really no form to go on. Whether you want to take a short price on a horse like Melody's Kiss or not, that's your call.
Let's throw up the time form US pace projector. Several horses in here are stretching out in distance and might show speed, including the 6 Mexican Sugar, the 1 Oro Oro. Those 2 horses, I think, if they break, which is kind of key for the 6 Mexican Sugar, they should be close to the pace.
You would think so. I thought this pace was, pretty hard to decipher, Dan. Maybe the 6 will show more speed. If nothing else, it does feel like stretching out will benefit that filly.
Uptown Cat, the number 2. Note the LP flag over the chiclet, which indicates this horse has the fastest time form US late pace rating. If you're looking for a long shot, I think you could do far worse than the number 1 Oro Oro, who made her debut sprinting on the dirt. She was wired by an odds-on favorite that day, a horse that came back to earn a 60 Beyer speed figure when placing against winners for the first time. And now this horse is stretching out with the pedigree to do so. The Dam won 3 turf routes. This is a 3/4 sister to a multiple stakes winning router named Wasted Tears. Castellano takes the mount. Speed nearest the rail. 20-1 seems like a very good price.
I guess. I mean, we'll see, if this horse can run at all, Dan, because based on her debut, you just don't really know that. I mean, in her defense, she did face a blowout, front running winner who was heavily favored. This horse was the only first time starter in that field. The flip side of that, she really did no running.
The number 2 Uptown Cat could be the fastest late runner in the field. Gets the Lasix and blinkers makeover for trainer Michael Matz. This horse did no running whatsoever in her debut on the turf at Delaware. Immediately showed up for a tag at Gulfstream last time out. And I thought all in all got a pretty good setup from a pace standpoint. They went quick for the level. She didn't change leads in the stretch, but she was running on a bit at the end.
I mean, she did get by a couple of horses late in there. Another horse who, as far as I could tell, didn't really do anything in that most recent start, Dan. Showed no speed. Never looked like she was going to be a factor. Wasn't a factor. Dropping again, and now it's Lasix and blinkers. Maybe something will make a difference here.
3rd place finisher from that race returned to place for a $40,000 tag on dirt, though, at Tampa Bay with a 49 Beyer. The 3 is Cap Horn. Saffie Joseph's doing everything different here. We're going turf to synth. We're going sprint to route. We're going maiden special to maiden claiming. We're getting Lasix for the first time. So maybe you're just supposed to treat this horse like a first-time starter. She was wired in a turf sprint in her debut, and the 3rd place horse has since come back to win 2 in a row.
Yeah, all those things are fair enough. If you're just sort of looking for a different way to go outside of the favorites and assuming that this horse is anything near the 8-1 morning line, and I won't be surprised when she's shorter than that, at least you could treat her like a first-time starter, Dan. I just hope that she shows more this time.
The 4 is Madanina. She debuted in a similar spot, and she really didn't do much running whatsoever. Now she'll get Lasix for the first time, but so's 90% of this field. I think one of the key handicapping angles is you're looking at Jose Ortiz. Why is he riding this horse?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, a rider change for this horse could certainly help. We'll see if it's just. I feel like a broken record, Dan, talking about all these horses that we've already talked about, and the horses we're going to get to. This horse just didn't do anything first time out, so I have no idea if this horse can run or not, but she should be a fair price.
The 5 My Blessing has at least hit the board in both lifetime starts, including a 2-turn synthetic race. We're going to see My Blessing in here get up for second, finishing ahead of a horse, the 4th place finisher, who would come back to graduate on the synth in a 16,000 maiden claimer with a 49 Beyer. So this horse has hit the board twice. It's hit the board around 2 turns on Tapeta, but there's always a catch. This race is back in August. She's been listed as a vet scratch 3 times since, and now is with a new low-profile barn.
Yeah, exactly. A trainer change here too. Just like a barn that just doesn't have that many horses and hasn't had that many starters. So who knows whether it's a negative or a positive. I don't know. This horse did run well enough to be considered the last time we saw her, but it was a long time ago.
Fair to say that the 6 Mexican Sugar was just simply overmatched last time out, going 5/8 of a mile. First start off a little bit of a layoff. It didn't help that she missed the break by about 2 lengths after jumping from the rail. She never got involved. She swung to the far outside and looked like she was starting to run a little bit in the stretch. And I thought she was actually running on a bit at the end. She's got a break from the gate, but I think stretching out in distance, she has enough pedigree to last the trip.
Yeah, I saw all the same things that you did, Dan. It just seems like a horse that it isn't that hard to make a case for against a field like this. The class drop should help. It even looks like, just based on that last race in particular, it feels like more distance is really going to help this horse.
If you don't like any of the established form, why not a first-time starter? The 7 Miss Mutz goes out for good connections. Kelly Breen, Paco Lopez. This is a daughter of Yoshida, who was a multi-surface racehorse in his day. The Dam was a debut winner. She was also a stakes winner sprinting on the synthetic, Mike. This horse sold for $18,000 as a short yearling, $20,000 as a yearling. Lots of gaps in the work tab, though.
Didn't like that, but you can't ask for a better spot than this to debut in. All Kelly Breen has to do is have her fit enough to get this distance first time out. She's in the right kind of field, Dan. Kelly Breen overall does a really good job with first time starters. This is a horse that I could easily make a case for it as tape betting first time starters.
Good Magic Woman is the number 8. She started twice, both of those races sprinting. She was claimed out of her last race by a really shrewd trainer. I got to respect anything that Hess puts out on the track. And maybe with this one, stretching out in distance, being by Good Magic, we'll see a little bit more speed.
Yeah, I would hope that this horse would show something else. Dan, I'm with you on the Hess claim. He does a really underrated job, that guy. I think he can get this horse to improve, which he's going to have to do, obviously. Really wanted to like this horse when I started going through the race. Man, it's hard to get behind her based on her first 2 performances. I'm not sure she has any talent at all, but there are other things to like about her.
And then we've got the morning line favorite, the 9 Melodies Kiss. 2 starts at Woodbine, both around 2 turns. Really didn't do much either time, but you could make the argument she faced much better horses. And just simply off the class drop, she's a contender. I'm just not sure how low you're supposed to go on anybody in this race, though.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, listen, I have no argument with this horse being the favorite, probably the horse to beat. Couldn't ask for a better spot for her to be in her first start down here at Gulfstream. Your call if you want to bet her at some kind of short price, because it feels like she's supposed to be a short price in here.
Before we take a look at our top selections, please click that subscribe button on the Daily Racing Form YouTube channel for the latest DRF videos. Top pick time for a challenging Friday race of the day. And how challenging could it be? We both go with Mexican Sugar, hoping that she breaks a little bit better. I think she showed enough late pop last time out that there's something here if she breaks.
Yeah, it feels like it. I mean, again, it just feels like more than anything else, she's in the right spot here, and I do expect her to run better with the stretch out and distance. We'll see. We'll see how much of a difference it makes. Dan, I went with her, and I threw the first time starter in there because the ones that I've seen run, I have no use for most of them.
6739 for Mike, 6529 for me. It's your Friday DRF race of the day, the 9th at Gulfstream Park. Good luck.